we have a motto at TTA: ready for today, but prepared for tomorrow. And that is how we want to build our technicians, is so that they're always prepared for tomorrow. So that's why we're always looking to what is tomorrow, the renewable sector and industry. So we want to be able to make sure they're empowered to be able to be ready for it as well.
Welcome back to the Positive Gains podcast. Today, my special guest is Mr. Nick Martocci, founder, owner of the Technical Training Academy, Tower, right? Tower Technical Training Academy.
We are Technical Training Academy now. We started out as a Tower Training Academy. We still Technical Training Academy as far as our DBS than just wind turbine towers. We also have a battery energy storage program as well.
And so how you came about, I want to give a shout out to Coach Warren, coaching down here in Safford football. He reached out and thought you'd be the perfect candidate to be on the show. So just wanted to give him a shout out. And if you would just kind of tell a little bit about you two, how you guys met.
We met on a deployment overseas, and it was kind of funny. We deployed once together randomly. And then the next time, it wasn't even on purpose, but it just, again, happened randomly perfectly that he was going to be the maintenance pieces that I did for the operations.
And how long were you in the military for?
So I started out in the military right after high school, and I did roughly about 20 years. Between active duty, guard, reserves, all those pieces. And then I got into renewable energy when I was coming to the end of everything. There, I started out with blade repair in renewable energy. And then I moved over to intention operations, businesses, and things of that nature. And then also into the wind industry as a travel technician. I was still traveling quite a bit, and the family said, "Hey, can you do something closer to home?" And so I started out as an instructor over at NWREI over in Washington, and then I helped a program down in Tampa, Florida, build a wind program as well. And after a little bit of figuring those pieces out, and then I got a little bit of an inheritance when my grandfather passed, I was able to start Tower Training Academy with what I felt to be the right project. Because again, when I was helping these other programs, it wasn't my money being spent. So when I knew what right looked like, and I was giving suggestions and some of them not being accepted, I understood, hey, it wasn't my money, but I knew where the true impact for the student was going to be. And so that's what helped me write the program for Tower Training Academy here. And we now have 2 national apprenticeship programs. We've got one for battery energy storage, and then the original, which is the wind energy or the wind turbine technician program.
And where did the idea come for all that? Was it just it being in the military? That's something that you always wanted to do? Was it things that you'd seen along the way?
A lot of the things I've seen along the way, if you will, and also the end user piece. When I went through the course myself over at NWREI, I noticed that, I spent about 6 months getting certifications and training that wasn't totally relevant to the field. It was a great introductory piece, but there was a better way, if you will, of doing it. And you kind of remove that, as I call it, Tony Stark it, right? You kind of find that proper outline, and then you continue to build and improve upon it once you have that solid foundation. And so we kind of just continue to take our program when we just Tony Stark it and just keep improving.
What would you say you've learned so far since starting it? Some of like the highs, the lows. Like, I'm sure you've learned a lot about yourself with anybody that starts a business, right?
Oh man. I also volunteer my time with a program called Warrior Rising, which is another veteran organization, nonprofit that helps veteran entrepreneurs, as they have coined the phrase, veteran entrepreneurs, go through the business ownership process. And one of the pieces I would recommend to anybody is making sure that you understand that your business is a business and not really an expensive hobby. So when you're bringing something to the table, make sure it's something that people want, and that they're looking for, and it's not just something that you think is a really cool idea. And so for that, I mean, that's been one of the biggest things I've learned. The other piece, as far as just being in the business, is again, is like I was saying, is the adaptability, Tony Starking things. You have to constantly reinvent things and change things up. If you stay stagnant and say, "Hey, this is good right now," eventually there will be a point where you plateau and then die off. If you're not constantly changing with the times and constantly progressing with the technology that you're working with, then you're going to be left in the dust.
So what types of things do you do to try to stay up with the times, with technology constantly evolving? What, if you can share, what types of tricks do you use to try to, stay afloat?
Really try to lean on my fellow staff pieces in the industry. I'm constantly reading what's going on. I constantly am looking at what systems do I not know about, because it's what you don't know that will actually get you. And so I'm constantly trying to figure out, hey, what don't I know, and who does know it, so I can access them? Or is it a matter of me just doing a little bit of homework myself on Google and researching those types of things, seeing what types of email websites I could constantly be getting uh, posts and newsletters, if you will, saying, hey, this is the new uh, latest and greatest thing. Take a look at it and start reading about these different technology, new blades, things of that nature, what's going on as far as repair techniques, things like that. Just trying to stay on the front side, the head of the curve, if you will, the leading edge.
What would be some of the pros and cons that people don't see behind the scenes that you deal with on a daily basis?
A lot of the pros is those light bulb moments, man. I love teaching and seeing the student, there's a lot of different methods. I mean, some students, they'll understand by the light method. A lot of students, once you get their hands on the item, you see that light go off, it clicks, and it's just a thing of beauty. They've got it, they understand, it's perfect, it's solidified, they got it. And I just love watching, those light bulbs going off and just being able to fire off and be like, yeah, I got this, I got this. Obviously, some of the cons is just letting people know there's been we've had our facility for almost 3 years now, and it's funny because a lot of people are like, well, how long have you been here, where are you, and where are you located? And sometimes it's just getting that word of mouth out there that we exist. That is one of the bigger cons. It's just spreading that word of letting people know that you're here and that these types of opportunities exist. I can't tell you how many times people have told me, man, I drove from this point to this point and I saw these wind turbines. I never knew people worked on them. I never knew people were actually up there fixing and repairing those things. And I didn't even know that was an opportunity. So it's a matter of just, you know, giving and spreading the word as far as an opportunity that this is out there for people. That's been one of the bigger cons. Otherwise, I don't want to say every day is a holiday, but I really enjoy what I do.
So my question was feedback. What has the feedback been like from students and maybe even some of the parents that you've dealt with? I'm sure there's probably been a lot of success stories.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of success stories. I mean, I've had so many students that have called back and said, "Hey, they're loving their time in the field. They're learning a lot. They're really progressing. They're constantly asking, hey, what can they do next?" I've partnered with PBS and a few other colleges to be able to help out with that further on and follow on progression of the careers, because what I don't want to do is have a program where I just hand people a job and say, here you go, wish you the best of all of it, which does all the soft skills. So resume writing, interview prep, making sure LinkedIn doesn't look like face development for them. So there are going to be folks that after they decide, hey, I want to be a PM and I want to get my PMP certification. So I partnered with PBS to be able to offer that to them and be able to use that referral system to be able to send them, hey, go over here, even though you're a travel technician right now on your downtime, start working on yourself. I also introduced them to programs like Coursera and things of that nature, where you can get micro certificates and things of that nature to help improve yourself and better your resume, if you will. So that way, when you're looking for, hey, I want to get to this next position, you're empowering yourself through not only your experience, but also the ability to improve and educate yourself and showcase that, hey, look, I'm that viable option better than this other person that doesn't even do that.
How hard was it for you to get partnered up with these colleges, like bringing in your program and trying to get them to believe, behind, the method that it's going to help benefit? But I'm always curious, like making that partnership work.
Well, the first part was knowing that if I was in their shoes, what would be the questions I'm asking, myself, as far as, talking about the program, putting things together. What have you already done with everybody? It's always show me results, not show me an idea. So I wanted to be able to come to these organizations with a result, or even a proof of concept, if you will, of, hey, this is how things are working so far. This is where I see how things can be improved and better between both of our organizations. And with, like I said, by partnering with CSN, for example, we have a shared referral program where we can send each other referrals. It just helps each other out. So now my students can access CSN. So if they want to be able to work on their college degree, hey, I've already partnered with them. Go right on over, and they'll start looking at some of the things you've done here at TTA, and then that will help you out there, and vice versa. If they've already done some of their pieces, to say, for example, they already got their OSHA 10, I might be able to work on some of the credited pieces for them. Or if they've already been in the field working as a technician, I might be able to give them some hours credits towards their apprenticeship pieces. And so it's just an embetterment piece for both sides, which only helps the student or apprentice, however you view it.
What advice would you offer somebody that would want to do something, maybe not exactly what you're doing, but they see it and they're motivated and they're like, I think I want to do something that I can do to help others? And that's number one. Number two, maybe the kids that or people that want to take the program, but they're unsure.
The biggest thing is just giving us a shout, going online, letting us know that you're interested, and then starting the conversation. Get the conversation started. You can't walk the journey of 1,000 miles unless you take that first step. And you have to. We don't know that you're interested unless you let our office via Google, and look, doing that research of, searching out Technical Training Academy over in Las Vegas, and being able to say, okay, hey, tell me about your program. If you're even a local, we'll actually walk you around, give you a tour of the facility and tell you about the programs. If you're not, we can do a virtual tour where we go online and show you about the programs and things of that nature. We also are on multiple, let people know about our programs and things of that nature, and let people know that, hey, if you're looking for a new career, you should try, wind technology or even battery energy storage technology pieces as well. And so it's just a matter of take that first step and let us know that you're interested.
And what would be next for you, on top of all the busy things that you have going on? Looking to expand? What do you got going on?
Training Academy, or even Technical Training Academy, is again, what we do is a lot of renewable energy pieces. So we are looking at constantly trying to expand our programs. Right now, if you look, we've changed our website completely, and so we even have a section in there for career furthering certifications. What we're working on right now, what we have there right now, is OSHA 10 and 30, both construction and GI, general industry. One of the big ones that we know that the industry is looking for is SPRAT training or SPRAT certifications. And so right now we're working on building up our SPRAT program, so that way, which stands for Society of Professional Rope Access Technician. The benefits there also speak to offshore and things of that nature, with all the offshore wind turbines. Having those pieces is a big part. Some of the other things that we're looking to expand into our program, obviously, is to deal with things with the offshore factor and things of that nature. So it's a matter of just expanding our programs and also the career furthering certifications for those folks that are constantly trying to push themselves and be ready for whatever's coming down the line for them. So we have a motto at TTA: ready for today, but prepared for tomorrow. And that is how we want to build our technicians, is so that they're always prepared for tomorrow. So that's why we're always looking to what is tomorrow for the renewable sector and industry. So we want to be able to make sure they're empowered to be able to be ready for it as well.
The last thing I have for you is, and I know you've touched on it, but where can people find you, either on social media, your website?
Social media pieces. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. We have a YouTube channel. And then it's technicaltrainingacademy.com for the website. There's tons of great information there. Go in there, do some homework. If things look like from there, hey, this is something that really interests you, click that enroll now, answer those questions. It's 5 simple questions that any employer would ask. And so once you get through those pieces, we'll reach out to you and we'll find a good time to talk.
Well, Nick, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing about Technical Training Academy and your background. Seems like you're doing something really, really good, man, and I hope it goes really well for you. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. I'll help in any way I can. If you ever want to come back on and share something, please do so. Let me know.
I appreciate you having me on. Again, I appreciate everything you do. And again, Coach Warren, appreciate him for the introduction here. I think this is going to be mutually beneficial.
Best of luck to you.
And to you as well. Thank you again.